Forget everything you thought you knew about Destiny. You don't need the best DPS weapons, you don't need the god roll primaries or the perfect stat rolled armor. All you need is a glowing orange hammer that lets you one-shot everything in your path. What's going on, guys? It's G-Miners here, and today we're looking at quite easily one of the most OP builds in all of Destiny history. This Middle Tree Hammer build is one of the most overpowered and versatile combinations in the game. You can easily add clear and one-shot majors, champions, ultras, and even some bosses. Starting on my helmet, I'm using the Void mod Protective Light. This will help keep me alive when using the build in higher level content. I also use two of the seasonal hands-on mods, which help build super extremely quick while getting melee kills. On my gauntlets, I'm using the non-affinity mod Melee Wellmaker to generate elemental wells when getting charged melee kills. Here, I am also using Thermoclastic Blooming, which will generate orbs of power when getting a charged melee kill. On my chest, I'm using the Solar mod Supercharged. This will simply allow me to store 2 additional stacks of Charged with Light. On my legs, I'm using the non-affinity mod Elemental Charge, which allows every elemental well that I pick up to charge me with light. With this, the Void Leg Armor mod, Better Already, allows for every orb of power I pick up to start health regeneration. Lastly, on my class item, I'm using the Solar mod Well of Life. Similar to Better Already, every time I pick up an elemental well, I will receive 5 seconds of constant healing. The only piece of armor that you need to have the exact same affinity as mine is the leg armor. Better Already makes this build great and is only available on void pieces of leg armor. Other than that, you can place the mods wherever you want and change the affinities of your gear to your choosing as long as you have the same mods. The exotics you can use for this are either the Synthoceps or the Worm God Caress. I prefer Synthos as they are easier to use and are more consistent, but Worm Gods will ultimately allow you to hit enemies for more damage. Worm Gods provide a stacking buff on melee kills that increase melee damage but have a short duration. 5 stacks increases melees by 650%. Synthos improve melee damage consistently when you are surrounded for an increase of 200%. For your weapons, you will want to use a combination of 4 different weapons. The first combo will be a 1-2 punch shotgun and tractor cannon. The second combo will be a 1-2 punch shotgun with the Cryothesia sidearm and the Zephyr sword with the Cold Steel perk. Before I go over how to use this build, if you found this video useful, make sure to drop a like and sub down below. Subbing is completely free, it helps me out a ton, and you can always change your mind later. Okay, so first things first, you will want to go into your settings and rebind your melee so that your uncharged melee and charged melee are 2 different inputs. I kept my uncharged to my original melee keybind and put my charged melee to scroll wheel up. Please don't flame me for using scroll wheel. I had it available and it actually works pretty great. Also, when you do this, make sure to check if your block got unbinded. This happened to me when messing with melee keybinds, so I wanted to mention it. This independent keybind will now allow us to always use the throwing hammer even when we are point blank with an enemy. So the way this build works is by literally just spamming your hammer at adds. Each kill you get will provide you with a stack of Roaring Flames. Each stack will give you increased damage for your abilities, which maxes out at 3 stacks and 120% extra damage. These stacks will last around 20 seconds before disappearing, but you can indefinitely refresh them upon kill. Each kill will also drop an elemental well and an orb of power. Picking both of these up will rapidly start your health regeneration using Better Already and Well of Life. While earning these kills, hands-on will help increase the super energy you gain, and you will become charged with light from the mod Elemental Charge. When killing bosses or champions, Tractor Cannon can be used to apply a 30% debuff, and the 1-2 punch shotgun makes your next 2 melees deal 200% increased damage. With everything combined, you can hit for 25.74 times the original damage of the throwing hammer. In higher level content, the Cryothesia and Zephyr can be used in order to freeze enemies. Stasis allows melees to do increased damage as well, and being able to freeze champions makes them much easier to hit and not necessary to stun. Something I found extremely useful when in situations where I had no Roaring Flames and needed to kill champions was using the ultimate. The only bad part about this build is kind of the ad clear. It can be pretty slow. The ultimate definitely makes up for this. I was consistently able to sit behind cover and ad clear by heavy attacking with the ultimate. Not only will this kill almost every ad, but it will leave you with ×3 Roaring Flames, allowing you to immediately target champions and bosses afterwards. This build is definitely one of the strongest in the game. I think it is great for solo lost sectors, great for GMs, and could even be okay in Master VoG. At first when using it, I thought that it was slightly overhyped because there are a ton of ways to die using this build. Throw your hammer too far away, you die. Throw it off the map, you also die. Even missing hammer throws or not proccing 1-2 punch can get you killed. And on top of this, your health is almost never full, making one-shot potential even higher, even while using Protective Light. With all that being said, I think there is definitely a high skill gap to this build, so with practice, many of these issues can be avoided. It is extremely momentum heavy, but you can definitely lose all that momentum, and it is hard to build it up again in the end game, so every mistake is going to cost you. I definitely think it has potential to be used in day 1 raids, but because of the way the build plays, unless you are super comfortable with it and have a good team to play around, I just wouldn't recommend it. Anyways guys, that's all I have for this video. Let me know your thoughts on the build, and if you would like more of these kind of fun builds in the comments below. Have a great New Year's. Peace.